do it sometime. Slip right after. All right. That was nice.
Look, you see what I did? You see what I did?
This is my refuge. This is my this is where I come for tranquility, peace of mind. This is my playground. This is my new playground. A lot of memories in this gym. 11 years of memories. Boxing is something I grew up with, you know. Back in the 80s, I was a Golden Glove champion here, Hudson. Won two New York State titles, undefeated. And one day, one of my good friends, Carlos Santos, who also, he was one of Custom Model's biggest, first Golden Glove champions. And one day he came to me like 11, 12 years ago and said, let's start a boxing program. 10 seconds, 10 seconds, work. My family been in Columbia County over 200 years. So, you know, it's my place, you know. I'm here, you know, and I definitely have a lot of Hudson pride. You know, this is born and bred. Even after I'm dead, I'm not going nowhere. This is where I'm at, man. It's my life, man. That place made me who I am. This was another playground of my growing up, St. Mary's. St. Mary's playground. It wasn't fenced in at the time. But this was the playground, St. Mary's playground. Hudson has changed a lot. You know, growing up, you know, I ride through Warren Street now, and I'm like, some places don't even look familiar. When I do go in town, when I look around, I'm like, wow, you know, because, you know, growing up, it was just like, it was all families. Now it's just like, I don't even know half of the people. Kids growing up in Hudson now, you know, there's opportunities. I think there's not enough of us. We grew up, there was a lot of black male role models, you know, uncles, people who knew you. I mean, in a 3-block radius, you done something bad, you would get your butt whooped. I grew up in 1C apartment, 1C Columbia Apartments. And we used to come right out the back door playing baseball. I mean, 6, 7 o'clock in the morning, we're outside playing. We played from sun up to sundown.
What are you guys doing?
We're doing a movie about me, Callie. Where I grew up at before, way back, 40 years ago. 40 years ago. It was all little kids like your age.
I'm 10.
That's how old I was when we lived there, when they first opened the high rise up.
Cool.
You know Todd?
No.
Yeah, you do.
He knows who I am. He knows who I am.
It's embarrassing that I have stories.
His mom is my cousin.
She live over there.
You know, but my thing is, I keep trying to remember the good times. You know, and that's what keeps me going, because I know what Hudson was, what Hudson stands for, and what it meant to me. We were like 11 years old. We used to, you know, we grew up down in the high rise. We grew up down there, and it was like 4 of us one summer. We just won the softball league championship, playground for the playgrounds, and we were hanging out. We used to go down to the river and play with the boats and stuff like that. And this particular day, like, it was me, 3 of my friends, and 2 of them drowned, and me and other one survived. And just being an 11-year-old kid watching your friends drown in a river, you know, so I said from now on, nobody was ever going to get hurt again. So from that moment on, I became the leader of the pack, and people followed me wherever I went, man, and made sure nobody got hurt. Haven't been here in 42 years. Current was going out. And the boat started coming under. Right here. I jumped out right here. Like, the ambulance and everybody came. My mom happened to be up at J.J. Newberry's that morning, and somebody told her, their son died drowned in the river. She said she dropped everything, ran straight down here from 7th Street, up on 7th Street. Philip's mom, this was all an embankment before. Philip's mom was like, they had to, like, give her tranquilizers because she wanted to go, and she tried to go in and get her baby out the water. She kept saying, get my baby out the water. I mean, I was right here just in shock. I couldn't, like, crazy, man. 42 years ago, my best friends. and I think I've tried to avoid it. You know, like to relive this pain, this trauma. I mean, I've been to the river down that way. I've never been to this spot. And you know, I know it wasn't my fault, but everybody looked up to me. I was the littlest kid, but you know, everybody still looked up to me. The older kids, you know, and it was I couldn't do anything. You know, it was just that a moment thing. You know, like a little kid, shock, panic, and it was crazy. And it could have been worse, because there was a couple of kids who didn't come that day.